Mr. Dugin, could you please summarize the situation for we want someone to guide us in understanding the world we're living in and where it is heading, and therefore maybe we can help ourselves.
So first of all, I think that the only realistic possibility to understand, to interpret what is going on around us is to make appeal to eschatology. But eschatology is the field that is much in the central. Without eschatology, we couldn't understand anything at all in what is going on around us. But there are different versions of eschatology. There is Protestant eschatology that explains many decisions taken from United States government. If we ignore the role of Protestant eschatology, of dispensationalism, of Protestant fundamentalism, how they regard what is going on in Middle East, what is the role of Russia as the country of Gog and Magog, what is the twice born again identity, what is fifth monarchy of the Cromwell, of the first Protestant group that is in the core of American Protestant fundamentalist elite that influence enormously American politics. And seeing that from outside, I see so many correspondences that I'm absolutely convinced that this may be considered as lunatic fringe, Christian for Protestant fundamentalist tendency is United States, in the center, affect very important branch of American decision makers. So I would like to attract attention to this Protestant American eschatology. The other thing is secular eschatology of liberalism, because liberalism as well is eschatological teaching. So it is oriented to the end, to the progress, to the completely special conditions of the end time. So the end of the history. I have spoken sometimes with Mr. Fukuyama. He exposes the end of history as completely political solution, social political. But we have as well in liberalism eschatology based on the Hegelian vision of Hegelian philosophy. And I think that if we put together Protestant religious fundamentalist version of eschatology and completely formally different or opposite liberal eschatology, secular eschatology of liberalism, we will find very interesting instrument to interpret American foreign politics, maybe including inner politics. And the debates now in the American elections, it is between the elite that understand this ecological mission and Trump and Sanders that represent a kind of not initiated. That's very interesting that Trump is not initiated person. He don't understand the nature of fanatic American political elite. So he is normal American, if you want, not initiated American. He is American as the other, and he is completely strange from this eschatological vision. So Trump is the American without any shade of eschatology. It's very rare that will be a really revolution if the person as Trump, we completely devoid of any kind of this eschatological tradition, could have some real support. It is a kind of inner revolution. So I think that United States establishment is in the hand of the eschatological elite with two branches, religious and secular. But Israel was constructed on the eschatology, that Jewish identity is eschatological identity, and there are many branches in that, but we need to take in consideration in order to understand what Israel does, what Jews in the world do in order to understand. But Russian identity, our identity, is absolutely eschatological, because our identity is Third Rome identity. It is kind of transmission of the imperial functions from the Romans to the Greeks in the Byzantine time, and to the Slavs to Russian. So our communism was secular, materialistic version of eschatology. So if Islamic movement, Iranian movement is eschatological movement. I know you have some conversation with Imran Hussein, my friend. He is very great specialist in Islamic eschatology. So that provide the key to understanding, interpreting what is going on in the Middle East, what is going on in the Islamic world. So Indian and Chinese civilizations are different. Maybe, I agree, eschatology plays a lesser part there. But where Christian, Islam, or Judaic tradition, or people or society is historical Christian, historical Islamic, or historical Jewish population lives, always the eschatological factor is the dominant in one or other form. So if we make a study in the field of comparative eschatology, we will understand what is going on around us, and which decision is taken by Putin, by Erdogan, by Iranian, by Israel, by Washington, very important, by Brussels, because there is Masonic eschatology, secular eschatology, by Pope, and different meeting of our patriarch with Pope. All that fits in the field of eschatological situation, explained and interpreted differently from different point of view. So it is very exciting field, I think, of study that explain what is going on in modern politics and in everyday life.
It's a vision of the end of the world, and how
absolutely, but different ends of different worlds.
Different ends.
The end is not unique, and the world is not unique. Every religion, every tradition, every culture has its own understanding of what is the world and what is the end. That add to the problem dimension, because we are not dealing with objective catastrophe. We are dealing with different hermeneutic traditions, conflicting ones. It's very exciting.
I mean, a lot of esoteric thought and Hindu thought believes there's been many civilizations before ours, and we see megalithic structures, and it seems rather believable.
But yes, absolutely, maybe. But now we should decide, we should resolve our problem. Our societies is on the state. So maybe the constructors of builders of megaliths were very interesting persons, but they have solved or not solved, I don't know, their existential challenge. We have now our existential challenge, and that we didn't resolve that yet.
Very, very good and valid point. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dugin.
Mr. Morris.